Now, as I mentioned, I'm a first generation migrant. Being a migrant, I'm of the view that whether it is a political unrest, a social unrest, economical unrest, why the migrants have been blamed for everything and anything? In Cambridge, I don't think anyone in this chamber have not been to Cambridge University Hospital. Tell me, how many of you have not received service from a migrant? In Cambridge University Hospital, we have workers, we have medical staff from around 90 countries. In other words, people from 90 countries are working in Cambridge. They are immigrants. And tell me, how many of you have not hired a taxi which was not driven by a migrant? I don't think anyone would put their hands up. We all have. And look around the city, the businesses. How many of you are here, you haven't been to a restaurant where you have not been served by an immigrant or have been cooked by an immigrant? We are part of the society. Yet, why the immigrants are being blamed for everything and anything? Why? Because are we a soft target? Why immigrants have been subject to the right-wing rhetoric? Are immigrants criminals? There is no data in this country that substantiate that majority of immigrants are criminals. No. I am a criminal lawyer. Most of you know this. When I go to court, when I go to police station, I am not someone who only see immigrants there. Immigrants are the community who work here and work tirelessly to build a society, contribute to the community, and part of a system they're trying to integrate. We are not strangers. Why immigrants are being subjected to this humiliation whenever it suits the politicians? Why are migrants being treated differently when it comes to politicians' choice? What about those people who fought in World War I and World War II? They too were immigrants. Their contributions, their sorrows, their pain, their life, the freedom that we cherish today, they too were migrants. Windrust scandal. Windrust is not a story of missing few paperworks in the Home Office. No, Windrust is a story of Britain being rebuilt brick by brick in post-war Britain era. Windrust is a community that rebuilt the nation. They too were immigrants and Commonwealth citizens, those who have migrated to this country. They too were migrants. They have put the effort and hard work to reshape a country that was destroyed economically and many other aspects after World War II. And yet, why the migrants are being subjected to this unacceptable, intolerable humiliation? Whether be it social media, whether be it in news, whether be it in politicians' ambitions. Immigrants are human, same like we all are. Those people who work in Cambridge University Hospital, doctors, nurses, they look after our sick and elderly people. My wife, she's a nurse. She's been looking after our sick and elderly population of Cambridge for 25 years. And my daughter, she wants to be a medical professional. And she will be looking after the sick and elderly population of Cambridge and beyond. And my son wants to be a lawyer. He wants to serve the community. And my little one wants to be a politician. He wants to serve the community where they live. Yet, why immigrants are being a target? Do we immigrants have to do some extra to please our politicians? It is painful. A country where you live, you work, you left everything behind back home, and you build your life here. But yet you've been subjected to this kind of rhetoric. It is unacceptable. It is painful, members. It is not an easy task. When British Raj, the British were migrants in India, do we know what was the horrific life of the natives? Sadly, we don't teach the horrors of British Raj. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had the luxury study that in school. Yet, I am here as a migrant, sitting here as the mayor of Cambridge. When you read the history, I'm not doing what I have been, or my forefathers been faced or subjected to. And many of you know what happened in Punjab. Little children, women were fired at point blank range, a peaceful protest. And then back home in Kerala, a wagon was filled with people, suffocated to death. But immigrants in this country, we are working hard to live, and we are part of the system. Even my wife been asked a question by someone, whether Baiju be able to do it, whether Baiju be able to do the mayorship in a Saxon way. And she asked me, and she was sad even to hear that question. And why do we expect or think, oh, this man can't do it? That thinking process has to go, members. Even if, when you have difficulties, you need to help them rather than isolating them. Let me conclude by saying, Cambridge is a city of sanctity. We treat all people equally. It is a city where migrants and natives work shoulder to shoulder to build a community, build a society which is equal. A society which is peaceful. Cambridge is a city that would never fall in the trap of divisive politics. We are Cambridge. The people, we live in harmony, no matter where they have come from. But we look at the people and look at people as human. And I am privileged to be the mayor of Cambridge, to serve the community in Cambridge, and I am privileged And it was not only my privilege, it was an opportunity for me to prove that an immigrant can do this. And I wholeheartedly thank all my members, fellow comrades, colleagues, my family for helping me to do this, what I have done. Thank you very much. Thank you.